Sweet. Oh, and then it goes live.
Ha! Are we live?
Yeah, I think we made it.
Ah, son of a bitch. Down to Tetrick and suck it.
Well, welcome in. We're apparently live. We've been trying to go live for the past 5 minutes. YouTube has once again given us some issues. So this is 2 weeks in a row, or 2 times in a row here at the Spoonatorium, Spoontopia, Spoon Plaza, Spoon Palace. I don't know.
Oh,
but this is twice now where we've had issues with YouTube. Hopefully our chat works. So, but welcome in. We're back once again. It's the fat fellas himself, Matt Jones, Jay Spoon, Joshua Weatherspoon, and we're here once again with another episode of the Audacity.
De La Arena.
Oh, all right.
We're gonna have to get that translated one of these days.
I mean, do we?
El Arena de Audacity? I don't know, man. I feel like we should. Be good. Bring in a whole new viewer base.
Yeah, but then they'll be like coming in and be like, habla español. We'll be like, well, not really. We just, all right. We just wanted to be, embracing you, and yeah. So.
Yeah. I mean, whatever. We'll get somebody in to translate.
Wait.
We'll get an intern.
Oh my God.
We'll be like, this is college credits.
So.
Translate.
So we need an intern for them being our producing manager and a translator. So we'll have 2 different interns or one bilingual intern.
If we get one bilingual intern, we'll pay you in Pop-Tarts.
Oh God.
But if we have to get 2 people for 2 separate jobs, you're not getting paid a thing. Exposure.
Jesus. Well,
played many a shows for exposure. Pays 0 bills.
We tried to get Neil deGrasse Tyson on. He has not responded to any of my tweets.
Tweet him for us.
So yes, if anybody wants to get our multiverse questions answered with him about some quantum physics questions, possibly.
Well, maybe he got confused. Maybe he got confused because you tweeted from your gaming Twitter.
Yeah, but I let him know that. I gave him the link to the YouTube. I was like, here's our formal request. Maybe
we'll just have to bombard him with multiple accounts. We'll just create fake accounts.
Mm. We'll
have him like the YouTube channel first.
Or we do a weekly escapade of continuously tweeting him to see if he'll ever respond to us.
It'll have to be a bunch of different things too after a while.
Yeah, for sure.
Not just physics questions. But maybe if we see like an interesting rock, and we'll be like, hey, you like stuff, here's a rock.
Yeah, okay.
You're a fan of The Rock, so here's a rock I named Dwayne.
You're a fan of The Rock. Well, sure. There's no good segue into it. This episode's about a heavy thing, and I don't want to say heavy, like, oh, it's heavy on our hearts or anything. No, it's about the goddamn
sequel.
Sequel?
It's a sequel.
Reboot?
It's a sequel.
Whatever. Space Jam: A New Legacy.
Warning: we didn't create a spoilers tag. That's on me. But spoilers for this entire episode, at least the portion that we're talking about Space Jam. At least for the portion that we're talking about Space Jam. But before we get to that, I want to get this out of the way before we get to the nerd stuff that you all know and love. DeMar DeRozan.
Oh, God. Yes. That was like 2-3 weeks ago.
Was it?
Yeah. They just now announced it today because of the whole tampering that they're trying to call on both the Bulls trades.
Yeah, because you signed within the first hour, and you should have learned what Bogdan Bogdanovic with the Milwaukee Bucks. You at least got to give it a day or two to look like it's legit.
It's official now.
I don't know if the league has anything to say about it. It was official that Bogdan was leaving the Kings, and the Kings were going to get a decent defensive point guard. But instead, fans just had to wait a year. All right? And now we got off night.
Sure, whatever. Anyway.
Yes.
We're not going to dwell
Clamps.
on that too much. Clamps. Get the clamps.
Give him the clamps, clamps.
If only somebody had some sort of a clamp.
Oh, yeah. But you know, I see, this is the thing, though, is that you say that it's not, like, heavy on your heart, but it's heavy on mine. Because...
In terms of Space Jam?
In terms of Space Jam, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fill me in.
Are we going to jump right into this?
We're going to jump right into it.
Jump right into this. All right. We're going to do what we've been doing.
We're going to dive nose deep right in.
Straight into it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to use the word conflicted. I'm not conflicted.
Okay.
I hate that movie.
Ooh.
However, I'm not going to not recommend it to people.
Wow.
So I don't want to just like blurt out all of my opinions, but
okay.
I will start with this. To me, that movie is much like I Am Legend. The acting, perfectly fine.
Really?
Storyline, dog shit. And it was...
The acting to me wasn't the best. I even felt like that, I can't remember her name, and I should. But Sasha from Walking Dead or the new Star Trek show, LeBron's wife.
Oh.
She even phoned it in.
See,
the only person who didn't phone it in, finally, bravo, was Don Cheadle.
Oh my god.
Finally, goddamn it, stop phoning it in. Because holy shit, you've been fucking phoning in every single War Machine performance that you had.
You don't think he was a little over the top in this?
He needed to be.
Algae Rhythm?
Yeah, he needed to be. He had a dumbass character name.
Oh my god, yeah.
So he needed to be over top. And he didn't phone it in. So bravo.
Yeah, bravo
Don Cheadle.
I like Don Cheadle as an actor, though.
I do too. I just feel like he's phoned it in for every single War Machine.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to argue with you on the War Machine front, but I mean, like, the Ocean's movies.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Fantastic work, sir. Fantastic work. He knows what MCU is. It's a paycheck. He's not the star. Now that Robert Downey Jr.'s out of it, maybe we'll see what happens with the War Machine movies. But going back to Space Jam.
Yep.
Going back to Space Jam. First of all, it is a kid's movie. And yes. I have to fully embrace that even though the original movie was made for our generation, Warner Brothers couldn't give two fucks about our generation. And so this one's for the next generation. And I'm fine with that.
Okay.
I'm fine with that. What I'm not fine with is the absolute circle jerk that this movie was. So sorry to cut you off.
No, I was going to elaborate on that a little bit.
It is a 2-hour movie. Mm-hmm. This movie does not need to be 2 hours long. All right, but it is a complete circle jerk for the first hour about how great LeBron James is. How many times did Don Cheadle call him king?
Okay, yeah, okay, I can see you there. Well, so, and to jump off of that point, I didn't like LeBron. Well, first off, I'm not a LeBron fan, but this also made me despise him more with just the way his parenting style was in the movie. In terms of like, oh, you got to be great all the time, show me that move that we worked on. Not really listening to his kids saying, hey, I'm not really trying to be in basketball. I'm trying to do something else. No. You're going to do basketball because I'm great at basketball, so you need to do basketball.
Which I think, let's be real, I think is the point. That was part of the writing. Because that's the thing, is that, like, I don't know how he is in his own personal life, but, like, that was weird when he walked on the court and he was like, what was that?
Right.
That wasn't the fundamentals.
Yeah.
And you're like, I'm sorry, man, but I've seen too many of your Taco Tuesday tweets and too much of you flipping the fuck out at Bronny's games to ever think this was LeBron James.
Yeah.
I mean, like, you were clearly acting, which is fine. Again, it's fine. It's meant for kids. It's meant to grab that kid who feels that way, who may want to go do something that his parents or her parents or their parents don't want them to do.
Yeah.
And they want to go a different direction in their life. And this is the way of grabbing that kid.
Okay.
The athletic kid is going to look at this and be like, sweet, basketball. Sweet, LeBron James. He's the greatest ever.
Yeah. But, okay, so the other thing with the aspect of this that I didn't like is that I know how high of a basketball IQ LeBron has in terms of some of the post interviews that he's done, and people have called him out on some things, and he goes back and he's like line for line, stat for stat, can spit out exactly what just happened, and the reporters are like, "Oh crap."
Yeah.
So, but for me, for him to not be able to pick up and think about, oh, we can't just play this game fundamental wise, we're getting destroyed that way sooner, and not wait for halftime. I mean, I understand it's a movie and everything, but it just seems to just diminish his basketball IQ.
When you've got somebody who's essentially playing themselves, but again, it's meant for kids. But from the adult perspective, I think he was the wrong casting choice. I think he's the right choice in the fact that they feel like they have to fill Michael Jordan's shoes.
Yeah.
All right. But he was the wrong choice in the fact that his personality in this day and age has been established. You can't just throw LeBron freaking James into this movie and make him be the asshole fundamental dad. And you're correct, because again, I am not a LeBron James fan. When he's on the court, I want nobody else in the world to do worse than LeBron James.
Yeah.
However, I respect the shit out of the man. And off the court, he seems like a really decent guy. We talked about this a few episodes ago, where I talked about, look, Sacramento Kings, you ever need someone to be taken out by the knees? This guy. I will take league minimum. I will take league minimum. It's perfectly fine. And again, we talked about it. I'm going to go for LeBron's knees, and he's just going to knee me straight in the face. My face is going to be destroyed. It'll be awesome, because then I'll get that sweet insurance money.
I mean, first off, though, would you be able to make it to his knee? Like, wouldn't your top half be, like, at his knee?
That's the thing, is I get down in a defensive stance.
Yeah.
His normal stride takes me out at the nose. So... all right, it's going to be like freshman football all over again. When you sit there and you see your linebacker and like the one like freakishly large dude is playing running back.
Yeah.
And you got the tiny 4'11" kid playing middle linebacker and he takes the hit and it's just and fall back. That's going to be me, but I got to dive forward. Yeah. All right. And it'll be fine because I'll get kicked out of the game. I'll make my league minimum and then I'll sue because my face will be all kinds of deformed.
So let's talk. I want to put some bright spots on it before we continue to kick the can down the road of terribleness.
Yes, because this is. Let's start with the good news.
So I felt like that the Goon Squad was actually pretty cool. I liked the way that they did that. They didn't actually take powers from NBA players.
It's interesting
because his son was creating that game, and they already had some aspects from, or excuse me, they already had the digital transfer or the motion cap. If you're not into gaming stuff, that's how they do that kind of thing. Like Mortal Kombat, that was all motion cap. That was real actors from Mortal Kombat 1 and 2, and 3 actually as well too. Motion capped actors.
When dude got punched in the nuts, he was getting punched in the nuts.
So they did that with his son. Made those characters, made the NBA stars and the WNBA stars into characters in his game. Thought it was dope. So Algae Rhythm took those characters and enhanced them. I did like, what was it? Wet Fire?
Clay.
Yeah, Clay. I'm pretty sure they all, did motion cap in the movie as well too, and CGI afterwards. But I felt like that the facial expressions on Clay and what he did, and it felt funny. It felt fun. I felt like he was trying to have fun with it.
All of them. The Goon Squad was cool. Dime Time, or was it
Dame Time?
Dame Time. Mm-hmm. I thought that was unique. It was. If I were a kid, I probably would have really enjoyed the movie.
Yeah.
Especially the back half of it.
Mm-hmm.
The CGI looks really good. All the graphics. There were a ton of cultural references. There were a shit ton of meme things that were thrown in there. Mm-hmm. Which, again, if I was a kid, I would think like, oh, man, that's cool. I know that stuff because shit happened when we were kids. There was all kinds of culturally relevant stuff that would get put into our cartoons that we would be able to look at and immediately connect with. So I'm not knocking that. I think that the callbacks, I think were interesting. I think Bugs' character showing that it was really kind of a coming of age, oddly enough, for Bugs Bunny, because he had to learn that he himself, in a meta sort of way, he is no longer really relevant. So he's got to make himself relevant again.
So I thought that there was more to that story that either ended up on the cutting floor or they didn't elaborate good on. I thought that, what Bugs was saying wasn't true because of the whole fact that when he was trying to find all the tunes, he was trying to hide it from LeBron. I thought that maybe it was the fact that they maybe had another Space Jam or another basketball game or Space Jam before LeBron came and he lost, and then all of the Looney Tunes got dispersed and separated.
That would be
and
interesting.
it was his fault. That's what I thought was happening, but it never came to fruition.
Well, and I liked it really. Algae Rhythm gave the rest of the tunes an opportunity to go and see what else was out there in the serververse. Mm-hmm. And he wanted to stay back. And it was like, you see that, and I think kids are going to see that, and I think it's going to fly over a lot of their heads. Adults are going to see that, and it's going to be one of those like, oh, okay, that was a shot at us because we got to move on with our lives.
Yeah.
We can't hold on to it.
Now, before we continue, chat, we don't know if chat is working or not. YouTube is having some difficulties yet again today. So if you're just tuning in, and if you've been chatting and we haven't responded to you, currently right now our chat is clear. So if you've been chatting, we haven't seen it yet.
I haven't seen it.
It could be slow. It could be not working. So we just want to put that out there and apologize if you're chatting. If it comes up, we'll try to get to it. But if we don't see it, we are sorry.
Yeah. So we're just going to continue on though, as if everything is working.
Yes.
So another good thing that I will put out there is I like that.
Why?
Oh, hey.
Let's see how long that was.
Hey. All right. Let us know how long that's been going.
All right.
Hey.
All right. Chat's working.
Chat is working. We appreciate it. We appreciate you. I think the casting choices were also, with the exception of LeBron James, just because of the storyline, I think the casting choices were also really good. And that is the thing. Production value was amazing.
Yeah.
The acting was really good. And I know that you say that you felt like the woman who played LeBron James's wife may have phoned it in, but I think that they were just they're trying to play the kid friendly role. So it is what it is. The announcers, Ernie and Ray, I can't remember his name, but they were hilarious.
Yeah, Little Rev.
Yeah, Little Rev. They were fun. They were fun. Those are the goods.
Yeah.
Now the bad.
Oh God.
How come I didn't get a welcome like that? Because we built off of it. It was an escalating scale.
It was escalating.
Why you gotta be like that? Why you gotta call us out like that?
You were top of the list. It went 1, 2, 3. So we just kept going down.
We just built up. Hold on, no. Woo! Welcome! Oh my God! Love you. So the bad. Mm-hmm. The entire. Okay, so I'm going to use the term circle jerk, but I was thinking about this yesterday. You and I are wrestling fans. Mm-hmm. However, we don't really watch much wrestling at this point.
No.
We mostly keep up with the dirt sheets.
For the most part, yeah.
For the most part. Mm-hmm. I watch daily. I will watch the wrestling news. I rarely actually watch a wrestling event. And main reason is because, first off, AEW Dynamite is on while we are doing our podcast, so I just can't catch it.
Yeah.
But WWE has kind of turned into trash. And the big...
Except for Roman Reigns.
Sure. Yeah, Roman Reigns, the family storyline, that's doing really well. But the biggest complaint, and the reason for that complaint of it being stale or not making sense or people just doing weird shit, is because, according to people who have been let go by WWE television is written for one person. Vince McMahon.
Duh. I mean, we know that.
This movie was written for one person. The CEO of Warner Brothers.
Probably his kid or his grandkid.
No, I'm saying just him. Or her. Or them. However they identify. This movie was meant for them and them alone, because the first hour was nothing but about how great LeBron James is. Mm-hmm. And then the second hour
was nothing but plugs for WB.
Exactly.
That's what I was talking about last time, in terms of like, I didn't like the premise of the movie because everything that I saw in the one trailer I seen which is nothing about the Looney Tunes. It was all about everything else about WB.
Everything else. And it's like, it feels like some executive went to the marketing department and complained and was like, well, I've been here for 50 years. And everyone talks about how much Disney has. Well, we have just as much as them. Like, I don't care that WB owns Rick and Morty. Yeah. That actually makes me like Rick and Morty less. I don't care that Mad Max is a WB product. That makes me not want to see Mad Max. This felt like they were trying to revamp their own image. And it was like, hey, look at us. We're connected to somebody great, therefore you should love us. The Game of Thrones stuff, I'm glad they really didn't go further into the Game of Thrones stuff. Because they would have got lambasted. And being like, oh, so you're the reason the last season and a half was terrible. Oh, God. I'm not getting into it. The Wonder Woman stuff, like, it was all like, look at what we have.
Look, chat. One of these months, the winter is coming, so we're gonna have a lot more slow down time, and we're gonna start our reaction videos.
Are we starting with Game of Thrones?
I mean, we might as well.
I mean, I thought we originally talked about starting with Naruto.
Yeah, but that's longer.
Fair enough. So start reaction videos of Game of Thrones. So if you are a video production producer, editor, whatever, and want an internship for literally 0 college credits, hit us up. And if you're bilingual, hit us up.
Oh my God.
Even better.
The terrible plugs. Anyways, but no, continue your point. Continue your point.
It was all just, oh my God, look what we have. We own King Kong. We own Wonder Woman. We own Batman. And they used the late 90s Batman cartoon and Superman cartoon graphics. So it was like, hey, adults, don't you remember that you really love this stuff?
Well, okay, so I haven't thought about that. And yes, I liked how they incorporated, I did like how they brought in some things and in terms of how they were bringing the tunes in. That was cool because it was like, okay, yeah, they're living out in other places. And yeah, I thought the Rick and Morty thing was cool too because where else was Taz going to be? In Rick's lab. And just be like, you know what, no, I'm done with this. You take it back. But in terms of Batman and Superman, the reason I think they did the cartoon version of all the Justice League is because of the whole Justice League issues with both A, the Snyderverse, and B, with Ray Fisher and going, having his lawsuits and gets WB execs for all that stuff that happened to him. So that's why I feel like they did the cartoon versions.
Which, cool. It was a nice pop to see that. And also, and to maybe take a step back real quick, the Daffy Duck trying to be Superman, Super Duck, that was a legit cartoon. Yeah. That was a legit character of his. So that was fun for me to just be, oh shit, oh cool. They're paying some homage. But the entire time it was just, look how great we are, look how great we are, look how great we are, look how great we are. And it's like, we get it. Yeah. You really wish people loved you like they love Disney. They're not going to love you like they love Disney. No. Like, to throw their Harry Potter so randomly in there, where LeBron's like, oh my God, I'm Hufflepuff. Like, I don't know if you'd be Hufflepuff, bro. Yeah. Ravenclaw, maybe.
Well, first off, I don't know either one. I never watched. Okay, so I've seen one Harry Potter movie.
No, you've seen multiple. We went to the midnight releases of a few of them.
No, I was not there. I was there for one.
And I was really?
There. Yes.
God, I could have swore you were there for at least a couple.
No.
Because I think I saw 3 midnight releases.
I was there for one for a pseudo date, and that was it. That was the only other. That was the only time.
God, because I remember you showed up. We did like a double feature that night. There was like a group of us that watched Pirates of the Caribbean and then went and saw Harry Potter, and you showed up on that one.
No, I showed up for Pirates. I was a Pirates fan. Love Pirates.
See, I'm good without Pirates. The first one was really good. Ooh. They just got worse from there.
Wow.
But
oh God.
The movie was ultimately written to make, in my opinion, one person happy with themselves, and that's the CEO of WB.
Okay. So I hear you there. I want to talk about the ending of the movie because I felt like they rewrote that ending because everybody calls LeBron James a passer. And I felt like he was going to pass it to his son, who was beyond the three-point line, like he's done in every other situation for winning. And his son was going to make the winning shot.
That's going to be a different conversation.
I felt like that somebody else in LeBron's camp was like, LeBron, we need you to dunk this. Like, you got to finish this game. And LeBron was probably like, no, I'm going to pass it. You know, I'm a facilitator. I'm going to pass it. They're like, no, we need you to dunk this.
I thought it was them trying to redo the Michael Jordan stretch the arm.
Yeah.
It was their version of stretching the arm.
I can see that too, but I honestly felt like that in his mind, because he even looked over at his son before his son pulled up the power up off of the floor and threw it under his foot. He looked over at him. I was like, oh, you're going to pass. You're going to pass like always. And your son's going to miss it, and you're going to sit there and go. So, yeah.
In fairness, the meme was a dude running out the clock when they needed points. Yeah. So
yeah.
that was a call for reaction.
The greatest J.R. Smith moment
of
all time.
Just his reaction, the memes afterward of JR just being a fucking high as balls. Just, huh? No, I can see your point there. I honestly, legitimately thought that was just them trying to redo the stretch of the arm, because I expected his arm to start to stretch. Mm-hmm. I expected him to turn into a tune. I like the twist of his son picking up the power up and throwing it for him. Mm-hmm. I thought that was a good moment. And again, it's a kid's thing, so I feel like kids are going to look at that and be like, oh my God, the kid is helping out his dad. That's amazing. I could help out my dad. That sort of thing. So, I mean, look, as a kid's movie, again, I think that it's not a bad movie. It's entertaining. If you take it with a massive, life-debilitating pinch of salt.
Okay, well, let me put this out here
first. It's not terrible.
First off, so I don't know what parent and how you're parenting your kid or however you're raising your kid, where you say that your kid has been taken from you to your kid's face, and they go, oh no, Dad, oh no, he's just trying to help me.
That's stranger danger right there.
That to me was the dumbest premise in that movie. Like, he came directly up to you and said, yo, we gotta go. This guy is not cool. He took you from me. Oh, no, Dad. No, he's good. He's good people. What?
Stranger danger. Like, we gotta bring back stranger danger.
I didn't get that at all. I was just like, wait, no. That doesn't.
I mean, you know what though? I'll take
it a step further. No black kid is gonna say that shit.
See, now you just took me out of the conversation. So I was gonna say, I want to play devil's advocate on this one and be like, I mean, if your parent walked up to you and you were like, they have been doing nothing but giving you a ration of shit for how long, and you finally got one person who is listening to you and taking you at your word and being like, you're cool and what you got is cool.
Yeah.
You're going to want to stick up for them, because now you think, well, this is a no-stakes game. I'm gonna go with this person. Like, why not?
I feel you on that, Adam. They should have catered a lot more. They should have gave a lot more fan service to the folks that grew up on Space Jam.
Yes, and I think a lot of movies should. I'm coming to the conclusion now that they're just not gonna. Transformers is never gonna be for us. If a Power Rangers movie ever comes out, it's not gonna be for us. Don't you say that,
because Beast Wars. If they fuck up Beast Wars, I swear to God.
Beast Wars isn't going to be for us, man. Beast Wars is going to want to bring in a new generation.
Ugh.
We have to be honest with ourselves. We are massive pro wrestling fans. How many decades now have we been told we are not the demographic that wrestling that mainstream wrestling is going for?
Well, first off, I mean, wrestling, the WWF has always been like that. EF, whatever. They've always been like that. Back in the 80s, 90s.
And they're the main game in town.
They've always said, our main demographic is children. The parents just have to pay the tickets. But our main demographic is children.
I mean, WCW was adults. AEW, pseudo-adults. They like the indie fans. But no, that's just, for me, that is how these reboots and sequels and everything, the vast majority of them are going to go. They're here to bring in new audiences, knowing that you and I are obviously going to watch it. Mm-hmm. We have nostalgia on our side, so we're going to watch it. And that was the other thing. That it was a bad thing right there. For me, so much of that movie was like, hey, look, this is so nostalgic. You should feel good about yourself. When all I'm sitting there thinking to myself is, cool, you got the nostalgia pop. Like, go for something different.
Well, if they were really looking for the nostalgia pop, they should have brought back the original soundtrack. And if Major,
at least the theme song.
Like, Major, if you're in the chat right now, that one's for you, man, because that soundtrack on the new Space Jam was hot garbage. And I say that because I don't listen to any of that music. I mean, it could have been great for the 8-year-old to 15-year-old or the LeBron James who's trying to stay hip with his kids, but no. I
mean, he just has to make sure that his hip and his knees are good enough for when his son gets into the league.
They could have at least, like I would have at least, if you sampled all those original tracks and made up some new tracks, that would have been nice. Because most of those tracks that came on that soundtrack were original tracks, not some music that's been on the radio already. So
you can't do it though. You got to go with the proven commodity.
Ugh.
You can't make something new. You got to go with what's proven. I mean, I don't know, man. Ultimately, again, for a kids movie, not terrible. For just an overall movie, you should be ashamed of yourself. Looking at you, WB. Ashamed. Also, don't ever swerve me with Michael B. Jordan again.
Oh, my God.
I like that guy. He's a hell of an actor. All right? But don't ever swerve me like that. Just Sylvester walking in. I found Michael Jordan. I found Michael Jordan. Don't ever insult me like that.
Well, first off, so that was the only good piece of acting, in my opinion, that LeBron did. Because they were like, oh, I found Michael Jordan. His eyes widened up. I was like, oh, my God, somebody who can help me save this game.
Did they ever play each other?
No.
No?
No.
Okay.
No.
Because I know there's always a bunch of those stuff about Kobe playing Michael. But Michael retired. He wasn't with the Wizards when LeBron got drafted? Because that was 2003.
I don't believe so. I think the last Jordan. So I think what happened with the Kings is that they got to play Jordan last, and then they opened with LeBron the next year.
Yes. Which is pretty dope if you think about it. I mean, Kings get screwed out of a championship for not going there.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
But I mean, last of the great one.
Fundamentals.
And,
that's the only time I'm going to agree with LeBron. Fundamentals.
Oh, Jesus Christ. However, so we did the good, we did the bad, now we got to do the beautiful.
The beautiful.
Yeah.
Oh, what?
You know where I'm going with this.
The bold?
With Space Jam. The beautiful. The most beautiful thing.
What?
LeBron James is stuntman.
Oh,
his body double.
Zach Andrews?
Zach Andrews!
Look, Zach Andrews is my boy.
Yes! I haven't talked to you since high school, but I root for you every day. Every day. You were a Laker, and I rooted for them for you. God.
And I hate to be this guy, but there's a reason why. I'm a 2002 Hoop It Up champion, and that is because of Zach Andrews. So,
oh my God.
If Zach ever sees this video, thank you, Zach, for carrying the team.
Man, thank you, Zach, for just being you.
Because
you're representing Rancho hardcore right now. He was bigger than LeBron, though. Did you see the side-by-side?
Yeah.
Like, this dude put on size for this.
Yeah, he's going into stuntman work in Hollywood now. So
man, good for you. And his hairline.
Yeah.
Just perfectly receded enough.
I don't know if he did that for the movie or not, but whatever.
I'm sure it's for the movie. That man has a full, thick head of hair. You can't be messing with Zach like that.
Oh, goodness.
So that was Space Jam. Which, is what it is, I guess. Or whatever.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we got about 20 minutes or so left here, chat. And if you have any questions or comments that you guys wanted to put in real quick, we can definitely do that. But we're probably going to bring in a small and quick feature list. What?
Boom!
It's back.
Tier list.
So this list, it has been a while. This list is one that we created in terms of reboots. Because
should have had the show Reboot in this.
Oh, God damn it. Because
I love that show.
In terms of if you felt like it was a great reboot or not. As you can see, we've named our tier list this time. Instead of it being the S through F category. Well, still the color scheme is wrong, but whatever. It is now the better than the OG. Okay for what it is. Why? And turn that shit off.
It's going to be quite a few turn that shits off.
So,
starting off, what's the first one we got?
Getting down and dirty here, the reboot of RoboCop. I'll let you go first because I got some opinions about this one.
That's fair, because my opinion is that if I have seen it, I don't remember it. So as far as I'm concerned, turn that shit off.
Wow. Okay. So I have seen it, and to me, I felt like that if it was named a different movie, it would have been great. Because it didn't feel like a RoboCop movie. Like, the premise was kind of the same, but then it kind of just went off the rails. So,
if it would have been named something different and had not had to live up to the RoboCop legacy, you're telling me it would be good.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I was going to go what Chad is saying. I was going to put it in the meh category because...
Move that to the right a little bit. I got to see the categories.
Oh, you can't see?
No.
Is that better?
There you go.
Is that better?
Don't cover.
I'll flip this over. It's okay. It's a large screen. It's a large screen.
But now we can't see anything.
We'll get it ready. We'll get it going. Look, I don't got to see myself.
Where are we going?
It's fine. We're getting out of here.
Oh my God, I'm so lost.
We're okay.
I'm so startled.
We're good.
All right.
We got to know? Oh, okay.
No. Ooh. Wait. No, as in like it should be a Y or turn this shit off? Okay, so Janelle's also saying meh.
So
we'll move on.
We'll come back.
Man of Steel.
This
is Henry Cavill.
Yes.
Okay. I'll let you go first on this one.
I felt like this was better than Superman or The Return of Superman or whatever they called the other one with Brandon. What's his face?
Oh, Randy St. James is a lover.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then of course it definitely brought in some good things with Zod. So I'm gonna say it was. Well, wait. Okay, so if we're talking. Okay, so which original are we talking about? Are we talking about the original Superman trilogy? Yeah. And the other one?
No. If you're rebooting, you are focused on the original.
Okay.
In my opinion.
Okay.
So and Kristen's out there saying that she puts that in a Y. I do like that they brought in with Zod. Mm-hmm. And this was also the one with or was the next one with oh God, who's the bald Jeff Bezos motherfucker?
Oh, you're talking about
shit.
The dude from Zombieland?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was he the next movie or was he this one?
He was this one and
No. He was the no. Okay, no. I'm thinking when he loses his hair, it's in the second one.
Yeah.
I'll put this as okay for what it is, because this is the wow, Janelle, better than the original.
I was gonna say that as well too. The original is great, but it doesn't hold up for the test of time.
It's a classic.
It doesn't hold up for the test of time. Ooh, I don't like Superman. Ooh. Okay. Well, I mean, he is overrated.
Tell us why. While we put that, I say it's okay for what it is. The first one, because I think what they did with Zod was cool. I can't. The original Superman.
Oh, Sames
is a classic.
Sames. We got a bunch of Superman.
Let us know why. Give us your opinions. We will go back to the chat once you guys put those in there. Let us know why.
Is it because that you feel like he's too strong?
I mean, he doesn't really have.
Yeah, he does. He has kryptonite. And magic.
Oh, fair enough. All right, next. Star Trek Into the Darkness.
Well, wait, do I have two different Star Treks on here? Did I mess up?
Did you?
No, well, Into the Darkness is the second one. Whatever.
Whatever. The Star Trek reboot.
The Star Trek reboot.
Better than the OG.
Oh, yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
Adam also doesn't like Superman. I'm gonna need some reasons why here.
DC Universe is garbage. Yeah, I mean, you're not wrong.
Look, fair.
You're not wrong.
That is fair.
So Star Trek Into the Darkness, yes, better than the original. I like the way that they spun all the original stories as well too, because we were in a
it was an alternate
timeline because of what happened in the first movie of the first movie of the reboot. Mm-hmm. So yes, I did like all the spins. Yeah, great reboot.
Yeah.
Star Trek. Why? Oh no.
Wow, Janelle and Kristen opposites today.
Oh, no.
Normally, y'all are in lockstep on your opinions. I feel some dissension in the ranks. What's the next one?
X-Men First Class, and I'm just going to go ahead and put it up there.
Yeah, no, I'm fine with that. I'm perfectly fine with that. First Class, and it gets a lot of shit. But First Class, they did an excellent job on that.
I mean, nobody is ever going to get the Phoenix Saga right until the MCU takes it over. No. Because I swear to God, I don't care what it takes. The Rock needs to be Gladiator. I don't care how much money you got to pay this man. He needs to be Gladiator.
I just say give it another 15 years and make him Beast.
Well, no. The Rock needs to be Gladiator.
Or Neil deGrasse Tyson. Hit us back, Neil.
Why would Neil deGrasse Tyson be Gladiator?
No, Beast.
Oh, okay, all right, whatever.
Give me all the X-Men. That didn't... Phrasing. Are we not doing phrasing anymore?
I don't think we are. Ooh, speaking of which, Archer comes back this month.
Oh, yeah, it does. Oh. In like a week or two.
Can't wait.
Oh, yes.
Can't wait. Mallory's in it.
That makes sense, because they would have done voice acting like a year and a half ago.
Yeah.
Oh, here we go.
I've only seen one X-Men movie. Steph won't watch them with me? What? Okay, we need to have an X-Men marathon. We're going to put it up in Discord one day, I guess.
Got a private Discord just for the Arena of Audacity.
Yeah.
Maybe that'll be a Patreon exclusive if I ever get on to creating a Patreon.
Jesus Christ. The reboot of... reboot? I don't know if this is really a reboot, though.
What is that?
The newest Terminator movie.
Oh.
So I guess it is a reboot. But it isn't a reboot.
So reimagining.
It kind of like goes off and says, well, this is what happened if. It's like a what if story. Have you seen The Rock in San Andreas, though? Yes, I have. The heavy breathing movie. Yes.
She is lying.
Wow. Starting it up. Have you seen this movie?
No.
Oh.
I turn that shit off.
Well, no, I've seen it.
I gotta be honest with you. Outside of the first two Terminators,
no?
the rest of everything Terminator related is trash to me.
I've seen it. It actually makes sense because it basically, and I'm going to spoil it for you. You probably won't remember.
No.
So basically, this movie is set up where Sarah Connor loses John Connor after T2. So T2 ends.
Okay.
They thought they destroyed all of everything. They send back another Terminator, and he shoots down John Connor at their beach resort.
Oh.
So John Connor is dead.
It should be.
So the Skynet still happens. Everything still happens. All stuff takes over. And there's some things that happens with the new hero robot who's an android, I guess, and the old Terminator who killed John Connor, who finds a life for himself.
You know what? Then fine. I'll put it as a meh. Because I couldn't care less.
Power Rangers.
Ooh. You want to go first or you want me to go first on this one?
First off, this is my guilty pleasure movie. I love this movie to death.
Dude, I'm a big with you.
It was... I liked the way that they did Rita Repulsa. She was scary in this movie.
She was a little unhinged.
Yeah, it felt really good. I wish that they brought in more money and we could have got a sequel.
I also really enjoy this movie. And this movie gets shit on hardcore online. Reddit fucking hates this movie. Better than the original.
It is better than the original. No. Yes, the original freaking Power Rangers movie.
Yeah. I'm a frog.
Yeah. And Ivan Ooze.
Yeah, who was dope.
Get the fuck out of here. Get out of here. Get out of here. It's better than the OG.
Fantastic movie. I love the character development that they put into it. Like it felt like they put time and effort into this.
Yeah. Which
is probably what turned a lot of people off of it.
A Guilty Pleasures podcast. That could be another episode coming up soon then.
Could be. We'll put it on the docket. You know what? We'll create that Patreon and you could give us a suggestion.
Jesus Christ.
And not better than the original though. I will fight you on that.
I can't do Ivan Apocalypse Ooze.
They introduced new Zords.
That's great.
Zords.
That's great.
They introduced new Zords. They introduced.
So did the TV show.
Yeah.
So, I mean, did they really introduce new Zords? Because the TV show came from Japan, and we were like 5 years behind. So.
And. Open the baby. Tell Eve I said hi. Yeah, fine. Leave it as better than the OG. You're wrong.
No.
But I'm gonna let this one go.
Okay. All right. Oh, I see why you're gonna let this go. Anyways, The Mummy reboot with Tom Cruise. I did not watch it.
It's got to turn the shit off. Yeah. Okay. It's not worth it.
I'm not
a fan of the Mummy series.
This is when they were trying to do their monster universe with like they were going to bring the Mummy, Dracula, and the Wolfman movies out and freaking try to do a universe with it. It was all terrible. It was
What's that one?
Fantastic Four.
Oh, ew.
The Michael B. Jordan reboot.
Michael B. Jordan reboot?
Mm-hmm.
Why? Well, it's not to turn this shit off, but it's a definite why.
It was a garbage movie.
It was a garbage movie.
And the sad thing about it is that everybody who's played
Johnny Storm
has gone on to the MCU and played better characters in better movies.
Yeah, because Disney has had to say, we're sorry. I'd be willing to put it in and turn this shit off, but it's a hard why for me.
No.
Just like, why even make it? Ooh, Space Jam just got off this horse.
Oh, weird. I mean, well, never saw the reboot for It's Fantastic Four. Don't waste your time.
It's not worth it.
It's garbage.
Just wait for the next one to come out in 3 years. Space Jam's a meh. I can't. Again, I could see the appeal for kids. I can't for anything else.
It's a why.
That's fair.
It's a why.
That's fair.
Ghostbusters.
With the female cast?
Yes.
That's also why I did not see it. I don't plan on seeing it. Apparently, they're coming out with another one.
No. They're coming out with another Ghostbusters off of the original.
Yeah. That's what I meant. That's what I meant.
Yes.
This is a why for me. I'm not going to turn it off because I haven't seen it, but it's a why. Like I don't. This is one. It's one of those movies where they were just like, hey, like. I don't know, let's do the trendy thing instead of let's just do the right thing. And again, I guess a bunch of people were pissed off because it's another one of those situations where, like, the storyline sucked, but the acting was really good. Which makes sense because the 4 women they chose are fantastic actors. They're hilarious.
I've seen this movie.
Okay.
I think Chris Hemsworth.
Did he save the movie?
No, he didn't. No, he didn't. And to me,
Chris,
like, even Cabin in the Woods, another guilty pleasure.
How is that a guilty pleasure? That's a hilarious movie.
Like, when he was like, "I'm gonna save you all."
Was he the guy on the dirt bike?
Yes.
Fuck. I gotta watch that. I'm gonna save you all.
So, but Ghostbusters, it felt like that they tried to change up too much, and not in terms of like, they tried to respect the old movies as much as they could, but they made it a slapstick comedy, which that's not what that movie is supposed to be about.
It had slapstick elements in the original, but you're also talking about a group of actors that were very subtle in their comedy.
Yeah,
very high sarcasm. It was dry.
It felt like too much like it was trying to be an SNL Ghostbusters and not like a Ghostbusters living on its own.
Did have 3 SNL cast members.
True.
In the main.
True. So
it's a Y for
we'll
me.
put it in the Y.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's
not good.
Yeah. The new Kong movie. Kong Skull Island. Now I don't know if you've watched the new monster movies. I can see on your face that you have not. But they're actually really good.
This is a Y category for me. Just I can't. It's gotten to the point now where Kong. It was a classic story that captured the imagination of people worldwide. That is just been bastardized for like a century. Just let it die. Let it die.
But have you seen the movie?
No.
Okay, so you should highly see it.
Okay. Is it on HBO?
Yes, it
is.
is.
Babe, check if it's on HBO.
It should be. It should be. That and the 2 Godzilla movies. Because, well, I guess the second one is Kong and Godzilla, so.
My opinion of Godzilla, I'm just going to throw this out there, though, unfortunately gets shaped before I even go into the movies. Because I got a friend of mine on Facebook. He is a singer for a progressive metal band. If that's your thing, check out the Don Cho's Orion.
We're giving cheap pops now?
We are.
Okay.
We are. I shout out people I appreciate. And I appreciate Seth. He's a good musician. The band's really good. He's a huge Gojira fan. Or Godzilla. And he hates all of the American ones because apparently none of them live up to the Japanese. So I just sort of figure, well, you know more than I do, so I'm just going to let it go. Because apparently Godzilla's never big enough, he's never strong enough, he's never terrifying enough.
Oh, and he hasn't seen the last 2 Godzilla movies.
I don't know, man. Is he huge? Does he spit hot fire?
Yes.
Does Mothra come down? Mothra, save us, Mothra.
I mean, you got to watch the last 2 Godzilla
Fair enough.
movies.
All right, so I'll let you.
If I were to put it somewhere, it's got to be here.
Okay,
mid tier, wasn't outstanding, but it was still pretty great. I think Godzilla, the reboot of Godzilla movies were better, but it definitely had its moments in that movie.
That's fair. And now is where we fist fight.
Oh God! So, Andrew Garfield's terrible rendition of Spider-Man.
I wouldn't say terrible.
Go.
You first.
I mean, I've already teed it up. How you already see where I'm going to go. With this.
You first, man. Where would you want to put it? Because I'm going to tell you you're wrong.
Wow. It's definitely going to be in the bottom of the barrel.
Wow, no, yes. Because it's most definitely better than the original.
Not even close.
If we're comparing this reboot to the Raimi reboot, to the Raimi movies, absolutely better than the originals.
Not even close.
Andrew Garfield emotes.
Andrew Garfield was a whiny teenager in this movie.
Better than a plastic actor.
Oh
God. Andrew Garfield is the worst Spider-Man. You're sleeping on the couch.
The worst Spider-Man.
No.
The worst.
No.
Yes.
No.
By far.
Tobey Maguire.
No.
Was it not Tobey Maguire?
No, it was Tobey Maguire.
Yeah, Tobey Maguire.
What are you talking with Jake Gyllenhaal?
There's only room in this town for one Tobey Maguire, and that's me, Jake Gyllenhaal. No, Tobey Maguire outside of Pleasantville is not a good actor.
Wow.
He has no emotions.
What are you talking about?
He's got a fake smile the entire time. His tone is exactly the same through every line.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
He is not a good actor in these scenarios.
So let's take actors out of the picture because apparently we're gonna just nullify each other there because I feel like Andrew Garfield is the same way that you feel like Tobey Maguire is.
Man.
So let's go in terms of the way that the movies were built. So in terms of storyline and villains, you cannot say that the Andrew Garfield Spider-Man movies had better storylines and villains. We're going to cut out the third one because the third one was...
Of who? Raimi?
Didn't they both get 3?
They all got 3.
No, they didn't. No, Andrew Garfield didn't get 3. He got cut out.
So he had Electro. And who was the first villain?
Lizard.
Yes.
And if you couldn't remember it, then that's how bad it was.
The Raimi movies had one good villain. One.
What are you talking about?
Doc Ock was the only good villain.
No. He had a Hobgoblin.
Bad villain.
Wow.
I love Willem Dafoe.
Mm-hmm.
He did not... No, that character was terrible. And the cuts, the zooms and the off pans, and the dude who played his son, who got Me Too'd last year, not good. The third movie, if we're gonna cut the third movie out, it's only because we're just trying to play fair, to go apples to apples. But none of those villains were any good. Sandman was this close to being a decent villain, and they just cut him right at the knees.
Because they did the mistake of doing too many villains in one movie.
Emma what's her face was a better Mary Jane than the other chick.
Okay, well, Emma Stone played Gwen Stacy.
Whatever, Gwen Stacy. She was a better love interest.
You can't even remember.
No, I can't because I have a terrible memory. This is unfair. This is unfair. I have a terrible memory.
Look, that was the only good part of those Andrew Garfield movies is because they actually killed off Gwen Stacy the correct way. The only good part.
They did a lot of things the correct way.
No.
The lizard was the correct way.
I mean, because he had one arm and he was trying to grow back his arm?
Yeah, and he went mad because of it.
Did he?
Sure.
I don't remember that's how the story went.
Well, that's how I remember it. I'm going to go with that. I just... Look, this has been well documented. I'm not much of a fan of either of these versions, but the Raimi ones were not good. Well, we'll have to sit back down and rewatch them, just so you can remember the cringe.
That's okay, because I watch them every time they're on, because they are fantastic.
These are your Shawshank?
Movies.
This is your Shawshank.
Right after
the Raimi
Shawshank.
movies are your Shawshank.
Yes. Spider-Man 2, like I said, is my most favorite Spider-Man movie. Sorry. Sorry.
I will cut the difference and put it as a meh.
A meh?
A meh.
I don't even think it gets past a Y.
What? It's still better than the OG.
What?
Oh, this is you muting the TV all over again.
Oh, wow.
Calvin Johnson getting screwed at Soldier Field, and I can't hear any of it.
Anyways, last but not least, because the other two don't count because I needed to put in photos to even start this, and I couldn't delete them. So don't look at that. Don't look at those last two.
They're placeholders.
Last but not least, Dread.
Oh, better than the OG.
Yes.
100%. There's not even a debate on that.
Perfect. We're just going to go ahead and just get that on out of there.
Take that out.
Even including the new Spider-Man movies? Yes. I did not like... Okay, so the only good part about the first Tom Holland Spider-Man movie was the Vulture. Like, everything else in that movie was too...
Good?
No.
On point?
No.
Perfect?
Oh, God.
Likeable. Entertaining.
No.
True to the comic source.
Dumb.
Wow.
Dumb.
Wow.
Okay, I understand what Tony was trying to do in his mind, but that was like his starter kid, and he should have got a pet first.
Oh my God!
Because he freaking messed up terribly.
You start with a plant.
Yeah.
Then you get an animal. Then you work it again.
Yes, but unfortunately, because Tony's the multi-billionaire, he's like, nah, I can just take on the kid. I'm good. I can do this. That was dumb. For being one of the smartest men on the planet, he was super dumb in that movie.
I mean, this is coming from a man who watches Spider-Man 2 any chance he gets, so take it with a life-debilitating pinch of salt.
I didn't feel like that Spider-Man had the strength in that movie that he should have had. He had the strength in Civil War that Spider-Man should have, being able to stop a super soldier dead in his tracks on a punch is what Spider-Man can do. But he couldn't lift debris off of himself in that movie.
Yeah, but wasn't the first movie with Tom Holland supposed to be showing that it was a mental block for him? When he didn't have Tony's suit on, he himself didn't feel like he could be a hero. And that was the whole point, was that you have to be a hero without the suit. The suit just amplifies you.
I understand what Tony's message was.
But this was him trying
But
to
he
get
was
over his
already
own mental
doing
block.
those feats without the suit. When Tony came up to him, was like, "Is this you?" That had to be 50 tons, and you caught it. He was already doing those feats,
Yeah.
so you can't go and say that he has a mental block.
He had a mental block as soon as he got the suit, because he was allowing the suit to do the work for him. It's like the kid who can throw out those blues licks and sound like a guitar hero, and then Gibson shows up and says, "Here's a brand new Gibson Les Paul." Actually, I take that back. Here's a 1960-something Gibson Les Paul. This is worth more than everything you've ever owned in your life. And he starts playing it, and he starts slipping. And Gibson goes, "You know what, man? We saw what you posted on Twitter. We're taking the guitar back." And he's got to go back to a shitty Japanese-made Fender Squier.
Wow, why'd you have to throw that in there?
Because they're mass-produced. What you want is the American-made, because American-mades are handmade. Step below that is going to be the Mexican-made, because it's pseudo-handmade, and then the Japanese is the full-on production value. I know my musical instruments, all right, sir?
All right. I mean, it just sounded like that you were just taking a shot at Japan for a second.
I'm not taking a shot at Japan.
Anyway,
and he gets it, and he can't play it anymore. It's because in his head, that Gibson made him sound good, but it's not. It's those hands.
So then how do you explain the fact of him going in, creating his webbing, but yet he doesn't diminish in power or diminish in what he can do? He literally created a synthezoid web to help him and assist him in his job, but yet he still did what he needed to do. So how do you explain that?
Physical.
Okay, whatever.
He had a mental block for the physicality of the job.
But why didn't creating other things for himself give him a mental block?
See, this is just, you just hate the movies too much
I'm asking
to
you
let it go.
You're saying that he got something that made him better, and that all of a sudden he had a mental block, but he already was creating things to make himself better.
Yeah, no, he was already getting to that point. Then he gets the suit, then he feels like he can rest on his laurels.
Nah.
He stops pushing himself.
Nah.
All
Don't
right.
believe it.
Suddenly he's on the same team with LeBron James, and he's got to get off the team with LeBron James, and Alex Caruso is not going to be as good as he was when he was on the Lakers because mental block.
He already had the suit in Civil War, and he was already holding back in Civil War, and yet he still was able to produce more power in Civil War. That's my whole thing. I don't like it when they go and take power away. I don't like when they go and nerf the character just for the sake of the story. That's stupid.
It's all about the story. Can't say it's nerfed because of the story.
It is.
It's nerfed because he's a 17-year-old kid.
No, it's nerfed for the story.
He's having to save the world. He can't even legally...
It's the same thing they did to freaking Captain Marvel in freaking Infinity War. They nerfed her by only allowing her to be in the movie for 3 minutes because she was way stronger than Thanos.
She had to come from the other side of the galaxy.
Because they had to nerf her for the story. Hey, how do we make it so that our most powerful character in the MCU won't be there? First off, let's go ahead and just delete Scarlet Witch because we don't want to have to even think about dealing with that one. And then let's just send Captain Marvel across the universe so that we can say that she needs to come back.
Yes!
Nerfing for the story.
Yes! So that you can have an epic fight scene.
Nerf for the story.
It's not nerfed.
Yes, it is.
She wasn't nerfed. She still came in and wreaked havoc. Well, you can't tell me you didn't get chills when she first entered the scene and the cannons go up into the sky.
Okay. I didn't say that. But I'm saying that if she was there to begin with, he wouldn't have even made it to get to the gauntlet. Because why? Because one of the most strongest cosmic beings out there would have stopped him from even getting the gauntlet. Game over. Done.
Sure.
We wouldn't have...
But they didn't know he was coming back.
I know that, but...
They didn't know it was going to work.
She was there in the future already.
On the other side of the galaxy.
No, stop. If she was there when they went back and passed, got the stones and came back to her and said, hey, we got the stones, we're going to put together the gauntlet and do the snap. Cool, I'm going to be right here for you guys. Oh, okay, cool, everybody's back. Oh, hey, Thanos is here. Thanos is done.
This goes back to your hatred of storylines.
No.
She explained it.
I understand
What's happening on Earth is happening to millions of planets.
I understand what she explained. But I'm also explaining that they're doing it in terms of because they don't know how to not take people's powers down a level. She's OP. They have to go. Thank you, Adam. They have to go and find a way so that they don't have to make her less of what she is, which they did already to Spider-Man. They made him less of what he is in those first 2 movies.
I disagree.
That's why I don't like him.
I disagree. Disagree. It made sense. Last minute character. It made sense.
Just saying.
She's doing her job. She's taking care of the universe. Well, all right. Maybe that'll be another list. Most OP characters. So guilty pleasures and OP. Guilty pleasures we're going to have to work on. That we're going to have to talk it out and build it out and put together some stuff for that. Because, guilty pleasure what? Guilty pleasure movies, guilty pleasure shows, guilty pleasure music, overall guilty pleasures. Maybe we could do something with overpowered characters.
Yeah.
But I think we're getting close to the end, though.
We are at the end.
We are at the end.
We're over, actually.
Well, what are we going to talk about next week?
That's a good question. Didn't think of that.
Main topic. I got to know what our Instagram style is supposed to bite off of.
Main topic will probably have to be Christ. Now we're gonna have to use Kristen's. don't tell her that we used it. That's a good main topic.
I think she can hear us.
Can she?
We have live mics.
Are they?
They're hot.
Oh damn! That's what that red light means.
Yes. I got it. We'll work on it. We'll see if maybe there's something else. But
food. I don't think we've talked about food ever on this channel.
Have we never talked about food?
No.
We've mostly just done nerd shit. Mm-hmm. You know what? Okay. All right. You know, we'll work on it. The last few weeks we've given away what we were going to talk about the next week. But I think this time we've got an idea in our back pocket, which falls in line with what we've been doing for the last couple weeks. But I don't know. Maybe we'll work on something for next week. We'll work on something different.
Yeah. I got thrown off a little bit from our last conversation.
Whatever.
Andrew Garfield. Terrible.
Better than the OG.
Not even close.
All right. Well, I saw that. Put it back up.
So, everyone, thanks for joining in. This is the Arena of Audacity. I'm Jay Spoon. That's the fat fella himself. And we'll see you next time.